The cruise industry has been rocked by the coronavirus pandemic. High-profile outbreaks like the one aboard Diamond Princess have left many people thinking twice about cruising again. With a no-sail order from the CDC set to expire on July 24th, the industry has to make some big changes. Can the cruise industry adapt to make cruising safer for both passengers and crew? The CDC's no-sail order cited what it believes are health risks associated with being on cruise ships. Let's unpack that order and review some of the ways cruise operators may address those concerns. The number and variety of person-to-person contacts in semi-closed settings are particularly conducive to SARS-CoV-2 spread, resulting in high transmission rates. Cruises include frequent events that bring passengers and crew close together, including group and buffet dining, entertainment events, and excursions. To address the spread of COVID-19, cruise companies are going to need to address these three areas: cleanliness, social distancing, and testing. Let's look at cleanliness first. Cruise lines have a bit of a head start on taking cleanliness seriously. Previous outbreaks of norovirus aboard cruise ships have led to intense focus on cleaning in the past. Ships are already equipped with a ton of hand washing stations throughout the vessel. Often, hand washing is strictly enforced by crew members in dining rooms and common areas. They could further modify these cleaning strategies with a more intense focus on high-touch areas like handrails, doorknobs, and bathroom fixtures. On cruise ships, there are many high-touch areas, including self-serve buffets, game rooms, and casinos. Special attention will need to be paid to playing cards, poker chips, and touchscreens too, cycling out or disinfecting contaminated objects wherever possible. Social distancing on cruise ships presents a more difficult challenge. By definition, being on a cruise ship means being in an enclosed space with many people. While modern cruise ships have a ton of outdoor space with multiple levels of decks with pools, outdoor bars, and even full water parks, a lot of cruising takes place indoors. Restaurants, casinos, spas, theaters, and most importantly, cabins are all indoors. That creates conditions that make it easy for COVID-19 to spread. How could cruise companies begin to mitigate this risk? First, you could reduce the total number of people. Cruise ships would likely reduce capacity, and those routes that do sail could be shorter and closer to home. Fewer people sailing on fewer cruise ships means fewer chances for the virus to spread on board. Period. Those that do sail will probably find the cruise experience to be a bit different. There will likely be scheduled entertainment, limited capacity in restaurants, and you may see the elimination of self-serve buffets altogether. According to the CDC, close quartering is a particular concern for crew who typically eat and sleep in small, crowded spaces. Crew members interact with passengers in all kinds of settings, from food service to housekeeping. These are all opportunities for a crew member to get exposed to the virus. An exposed crew member then goes back to the shared crew quarters, creating more opportunities for the virus to spread. Reducing overall passenger capacity could create the need for fewer crew members, with more space for the crew itself. Specific protocols for keeping crew members healthy will need to be developed. Testing is the final and most important piece of the puzzle. Reliable, widely available testing is crucial to overcoming this pandemic overall, but it will be of particular importance to the cruise industry. If cruise lines can get fast and accurate testing for coronavirus and its antibodies, they could essentially create safe ships. Testing before boarding and disembarking could create a relatively safe environment on board and cut down on the extreme measures needed for social distancing. There have been reports that some cruise companies were not forthcoming about infection rates with passengers and local authorities, resulting in high-profile investigations in Australia and New Zealand. The CDC order requires cruise operators to inform local authorities at ports of call of any infections on board. A robust testing system will facilitate that. The cruise industry will survive the pandemic, but they're going to need to make some serious changes. To date, no cruise company has received any bailout funds. Between issuing refunds, paying for maintenance, and offering heavily discounted itineraries, cruise companies are losing a lot of money. However, industry analysts believe that some of the larger companies have enough cash on hand to survive up to 10 months without sailing. The no sail order is set to expire on July 24th. That order may well get extended, and this could all change. The cruise industry will survive, but it'll need to make some big changes to do so, safely and responsibly. For up-to-date information on the cruise industry, check out thepointsguy.com and subscribe here for more updates on the changing travel situation.